I may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Hey everybody, this is Fumi.
It's B.
And this is a new episode of RealiTEA-V.
Yes, we are back. A day late, not $1 short.
I'm a few dollars short. Rent is due yesterday. So wait. Yeah, yesterday. Today's the 2nd. I'm thrown off with us recording on a damn Wednesday. But I just had to throw that in there.
Right.
I'm a couple dollars short. But anyway, how was your week?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Well,
I feel like I say that.
That's your generic.
Yeah. It was good.
Answer. Like,
right.
I don't feel like going into much detail, so this is what you're going to get.
Yeah, and there was actually not much detail. I think, no.
No, just, living my life like it's golden. I have a story to tell.
All right.
So, I was at Winco. Yes, most of my stuff happens at Winco. And there's some person that something always happens to them at the store. Oh, it was like an Instagram comedian. Mm-hmm. It was like a skit, and it was always at the store. And then the comments like, nigga, stuff always happened to you at this particular place.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Anyway, I went to Winco, and I was trying to get red onions for this recipe I was about to make, but every single onion looked like death. And so I'm over here with a bag on my hand, so I won't touch it, digging for an actual, I just needed one.
Just one.
And so, people have this thing about their personal space. And, just like the bitch from Winco likes to, invade your personal space. I'm like digging for an onion, and this lady touches me, and I'm thinking, the fuck? Who the fuck is touching me? And then she comes up, she's like, and then she starts going into the speech. I'm like, what the fuck? Is she about to ask me a question? Yeah. Is she going to tell me that my kid's behaving? Because for some reason, a lot of white people like to come up and tell me that my kid's behaving. And I'm like, well, what do you think they're supposed to be doing?
You think it's supposed to be like a monkey just swinging from... Let me stop.
We got too much monkey and slavery talk today.
Right.
And so she goes into this long speech like, okay, so you're over here digging these onions and he's over there. You don't know what you're doing. And guess what? Somebody can just come in and swoop and take your purse just like that. But then she actually touches my purse and grabs it. And I'm thinking, you didn't have to touch it. You could try to give me a lesson without touching my stuff.
Right.
So at first, and I know she probably saw my face. I had this look on my face like, did you really stop me from looking from this red onion to tell me something about my purse? And at first I was like, okay, you kind of just ruined my plan of finding a red onion. But then she told me that it happened to her.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I guess she's just trying to save my ass, from getting my purse snatched. But A, you didn't have to touch me.
No, you definitely didn't.
B, you didn't have to touch my purse in your example. Just tell me about, make sure you keep your eyes on your purse and keep pushing. Now, normally I don't take my purse into the grocery store because I hate purses. I'm the woman that does not like purses. So I only have I have one main one that I use most of the time. And then if I go out and don't feel like putting stuff in my bra because that's my main purse, then I'll take a clutch or something or a satchel, whatever, so I don't have to carry it in the club or whatever. And but I had a purse that day because I went to DV. I had those license plates, so I just had the bag with me and didn't feel like adjusting or whatever. So I was annoyed, then I was cool, but then I kept seeing her around the damn store. I went to go get flowers, she was there. I went to go get something from the frozen fruit section. Oh, we meet again. I'm thinking, God damn it, I don't want to see your face again. We already had our little kumbaya moment. I watched my purse, and then she was like, oh, I see you moved your purse. I said, yes, I moved my purse. God damn it, I heard what you said. Can I just find my red onion, please?
Did you ever find it?
No!
Oh, wow.
Those red onions is horrible. I had to go all the way to fucking Walmart for one red onion. They all look like complete and utter death. I was like, what was going on with this batch? Y'all pick it too late or
Slaves took all their PTO.
Because slavery was a choice.
Look, I'm not going to talk about that man, but the memes and the comedy that it has provided me has been in abundance.
The Black Twitter, you know, you guys give me life. So
they make a joke out of everything.
Within 60 seconds, there's a meme out there.
Like, you guys seriously could be like Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, legendary, because this shit can't make it up.
Hashtag if slavery was a choice. It had the best memes and tweets and.
I think one of my favorite ones was like, looking here on Career Builder, and it said Massa Thomas has a better slave care package.
Wait, one of my favorite ones, because it involves one of my favorite reality TV stars, is when you come back from Massa's house and this is how you walk in. It was New York and you're like, "Hi, bitches. I am Miss, and I'm fabulous."
My favorite, another one was when two women are walking sideways and backwards.
Oh yeah, the aunt and the niece. Yeah,
like, when you take PTO off slavery to go to Atlanta for the weekend. I don't know who thinks of these, but you guys are geniuses. Where do I send some money to? Because
one was like, when Master tells you to go pick cotton, and this little boy in the video is like, "Nigga, you doing this?" Hashtag if slavery was a choice. I don't want to go too much into it, but all I have to say is this: you cannot compare actual slavery to mental slavery. No. They're completely other fucking difference. Like, he said, well, it was so many. The numbers just show that there was more slaves than people. Was like, how the fuck they were gonna communicate? Twitter? I'm pretty sure they didn't have Twitter in the 1800s, bitch.
They could have built it.
What? I mean, they probably couldn't even use the pigeons. Free thinking. I didn't even have a free meal. God damn it! Like, what? How was they going to get in communication with each other? Telegraph? Pigeons?
Maybe they should have made memes.
They wanted to revolt all at the same time? How? Yep. How, Sway? How?
Literally, how? Maybe somebody should call him. Like.
That's the question we should be asking Sway. Is for that. And Van got him all together at TMZ. Yeah. And I saw the whole video today, and I was just thinking, your free thinker card is automatically revoked when you exclaim that you got liposuction because of what other people think. You are no longer a free thinker at that point.
I think what I want.
And
but I also think that you guys are right, and I should get some lipo.
Because you surrounded by all them light-skinned bitches who nip and tuck at every point in their life. A real free thinker would have said, bitch, I'm fat, I'm eating this in and out, and I'm going to my wedding.
I'm fat and fabulous. I'm fabulous.
But yet people, when somebody says, I'm big and beautiful and I love myself, you want to be like, you're killing yourself.
Did he gain the weight back?
Yes, he the fuck did. He over here.
You know what? No, we're not gonna. No, we're gonna defer. We're gonna defer. No, wait.
And how dare he try to use Rob as an excuse?
I would.
He was like,
I don't want to be called.
He said, everybody listen to this. And then he tried to call it in a hospital. I was in a hospital. And, I was addicted to opioids. Nigga, just say the pill, first of all. This Percocet, Oxy.
I like Perks, too.
He probably don't even know the name of it. I bet you it probably was a naproxen. If it was a naproxen.
You weenie.
You call that an opioid? Nigga, get out of here.
You weenie.
On a scale of awesome pain drugs, that's from a 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest. Right. Naproxen is like a 2.5.
They gave me naproxen when I went and lied for disability at my job 3 years ago.
Naproxen is like one step above. No. Once you take an ibuprofen 800 milligrams, they give you naproxen sodium. Like, that's what they give you. It's nothing.
Oh my God.
It's considered a controlled substance because you need a prescription, but that shit is pretty much like Tylenol at the damn grocery store.
I mean, shit. When the doctor gave him to me, he just like pulled him out his cabinet. He didn't even send me to a drugstore.
He didn't need to because it's naproxen.
He was like, here, take this. I'm like, all right.
They gave me an ibuprofen 800 milligram in the cabinet yesterday when I went to the doctor's office.
Here you
like,
go. Take this.
What the fuck? You couldn't even say anything. He was like, I took 7 in one day. I said, nigga, that sounds like you're in the quantity limit that we be approving at work. Like, what the
sounds about legal, asshole. Okay.
But that's what he was addicted to.
Oh my God.
7 naproxen.
No, you were addicted to pizza and burgers, and that's fine. It's my occasional addiction.
At least Rob is like, I'm going to sit in my fat glory. I ain't getting no damn surgery. Yo black ass punked out and got a needle and inserted to get the...
After, and I hate to even bring it up, but you did it after what
happened to your mom. You didn't even use that as a reason to be a free thinker. You said you got liposuction specifically because... you didn't want other people to think of you in a certain type of way. But then you get filmed 2 weeks ago with man titties. So what the fuck did you waste the money for?
Yeah. Jay and Beyonce didn't want to see her fat ass in a suit. I wouldn't have went either.
But then you wonder why Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't go to your wedding. And you over here talking about you a free thinker.
He like Rasputia in the corner. I ain't need no cake.
Where's that wine cooler?
Like an Escalade in a wedding dress.
Oh my God.
Stop it. See, now you just opened it up.
I'm trying to tell you about fashion. This is what it looks like to be in a bathing suit.
How you
doing? I'm going to show you how a bitch slide down a slide.
You want to see a bitch make some shoes? I'll show you how a bitch makes some shoes.
So he should have been like, I'm going to show you how a nigga get married to one of the Kardashians in all my fat fucking glory.
Yeah.
You can't be a free thinker if what you think other people will say about you makes you choose things about yourself. That's not a free thinker.
Okay.
You just using the term like it's fucking lipo.
You sure it wasn't a tummy tuck, man? I'm sorry, let me stop.
He could at least say, I got man sculpting. You had to say lipo. You could at least went to Dr. Miami.
I can't.
At least I've seen videos on Snapchat of him sculpting men.
I will not.
But then you gain it all back.
Okay. All right, Mr. West. Okay, enough.
I can't deal with this bullshit. If I see one more black person talking about he's somewhat right, no. You cannot compare slavery.
I don't even. I'm like, I just feel like he always does this shit around the time he's about to release something. The last 3 or 4 years, it's always around the time that you're about to release some shit. So on one hand, it's like, you could really be mentally going through some shit. But there really are people going through some mentally, crazy shit. And I don't want to just put that title on you if you really just being like a dumbass.
Because I think he's not a free thinker and he takes whatever he's going through to be able to say, I'm speaking my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. And then the family that you've married into, that's how they make their money. They make their money by doing dumbass shit and people consuming it. Mm-hmm. So I think him marrying into that family is just like, wait, so I could just do dumb shit and get just as much attention and it bring just as much attention to whatever music or fashion or whatever I'm doing. And sure enough, he does it. And sure enough, like the last 2 to 3 years and tours and clothing lines, it's worked. So even when he started like 2 weeks ago, as soon as he made that announcement, I'm doing my album. And then I'm doing a joint album with Kid Cudi. It's like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden the shit starts coming. I'm like, you always do this around this time. So I'm not even going to entertain you. But I feel
like he went too far when it comes to his black supporters.
I mean,
I feel like what happens is that he gonna get all these white people to start buying the shit,
right?
Because now they feel like he is a free thinker.
But his last time around, last time around he actually did go to the White House and he took a picture with Trump. I think because him and that family done been through so much. I think a lot of us, it kind of slipped our minds. Like, wait, he was saying this a few years ago that he fucks with Trump, and that's when he first emerged with that yellow hair. And
right, but I think what's fucking it up now is this whole slavery bullshit.
Thing. Yeah,
that he just went way too far left.
Yep. Well, just keep the memes coming.
Yeah, Black Twitter.
Yeah,
we appreciate those. At least.
No matter what he says, I don't care. But if you keep the memes coming, that's how you'll get my attention.
I feel like one of the memes that was my favorite involved the SpongeBob being exhausted, and that's one of my favorite memes.
Yeah.
But
you going to slavery tonight? You going to plantation night? Who all there? Like, who all gonna be there? Like,
that's like, okay, yeah. Black Twitter was on it. On it. But anyway.
Yeah.
In reality TV news.
Yes.
Bambi is pregnant.
Yay.
Who
Congrats,
is the wife of
Lil Scrappy?
Yes, from Love and Hip Hop.
Or Scrappy now. Just scratch the Lil.
Lil. Most of them scratch off the Lil. Who's the wife of Scrappy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and briefly of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Mm-hmm. So, okay, here's the timeline. He went to Miami while Shay was down there.
Yeah.
And tried to rekindle something with her. Mm-hmm. But then when I watched Love and Hip Hop from Monday, Mama D mentioned that while he was in Miami, he went to Vegas to go marry Bambi. Mm. So, what the fuck? I don't...
These fucking storylines and what's fake and what's not.
I know you don't really know what's fake and what's real. I mean, obviously she is pregnant. And then
the timelines. You're like, wait.
I'm just gonna talk to women right now. No, men too.
Bang
you have to be careful that you're not settling. Because I don't feel like all the shit that Bambi has been through. She had a miscarriage and going back and forth with other women, going back and forth with Shay and stuff like that. And then once I guess he just said, hey, Bambi, Bam, I love you. I want to marry you tonight, Tunisia, whatever the fuck he says. Let's go to Vegas and elope. I think women sometimes get caught up in the fairy tale that they don't really think about the facts of what they go through, because I'm not marrying nobody when you just came to me after you just left Shay. Yeah. I don't know if you watched Grey's Anatomy, but that kind of happened in Grey's Anatomy where, God damn it, what's his name? The redhead. He was married to Amelia. Amelia said, well, no, you really love your best friend, Teddy. There we go. That's her name. And he was like, you know what? You're right. And he goes all the way to Germany, tells her that, I finally come to my sisters that I really love you. And then the next morning after they fucked or whatever, she finds out that he's really there because his ex-wife told him to be there. Mm-hmm. And she kicked him out. She was like, you can't come here based on the advice of your ex-wife. That means you didn't come to the realization yourself. Yeah. So I feel like what Scrap did was like, shit didn't work out with Shay. Well, let me go to the next woman that's willing to take me back. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know all the facts. But from what I do know, and which is very little to be true, that's a possibility of what happened. And I refuse to do anything like that.
It's a lot.
But anyway, is there any other news? Oh, Eileen Davidson won an Emmy.
Another one. Wait, she's won some before.
Well, another one.
Yeah, another one. Yeah. All right.
I think this was her second one. Yeah. But she won it over the weekend at the Emmys for Outstanding Actress in a Drama or something like that. She was of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I feel like we should have a segment, a new segment of like reality TV news instead of just the show.
Yeah.
I don't know. Send us an email.
That sounds good.
Yeah, just to kind of spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of all the things that, oh, you know what? Google is my best friend. It sends me stuff all the time.
Yeah. And then video surfaced of Ronnie and his girlfriend fighting. It looks as if
and then this is what pops up.
I seen the video. I didn't see it, but it looks as if he does put his hands on her. She apparently he was going through her phone and he found videos of her with her ex. Which I'm like, well, if there are videos that she had made when she was with her ex, then you can't really say nothing. Not too much, except for can you delete these or whatever. I don't know. But he definitely looked very out of it. I could have been some drug use. And he's just really, he just pretty much shows that no matter who he got with, whether he stayed with Sam, whether it was somebody new, he was just going to be a hot, toxic mess. Like, he's a perfect example of women.
He didn't change at all.
Yeah, it's not even you. It's not like well, maybe because Sam was annoying, but at the same time, looking at it now, it's like, it don't matter how cool she would have been or anything else. Like, you still would have found a way to fuck it up. And I noticed, like, because are we talking about Jersey Shore yet?
We might as well segue into it now.
I guess we can go into it. Well, because you've seen it. So when Snooki was talking to him, Nicole, when she was talking to him, and he was like, well, I don't feel the security with her, his girlfriend who he's with now, I forgot her name, that I did with Sam. And as he's talking, I'm like, all you mean is that you don't feel the security that you can treat that person any type of way and they'll put up with your shit. Right. With Sam, you probably did feel like I can do whatever I want.
And she's always
going to be mad. She'll have a few days, maybe even a few weeks where she's pissed off, but she will always come back to me.
And men confuse that with ride or die.
Yeah.
Which is not what they really should be.
He's disgusting.
But the fact that, because I saw the whole scene when they went out and he was just flirting with the girl, and she wasn't even that cute.
You're not that cute, but are they ever or whatever?
Her tracks were uneven.
That they were.
And it was just like, everybody's like, look at him like, you not only have a girlfriend, but you have a pregnant girlfriend. So she can't even like whoop your ass like she wants to, because she has to think about being a mom first before the baby even comes out. Like, I can't get my blood pressure up. I can't, drink the pain away.
Right.
I can't come at you with a baseball bat or a knife or something because you might try to defend yourself and kick me in my stomach. I am stuck and I cannot do anything. And your ass, I gave you permission to go with your friends to Miami because that is your life and that's your friends. That's supposed to be your second family. But the fact that you just disrespected me and your child on TV, like, you couldn't even let this be a moment that, you know what? I was going to say he couldn't even let it be a moment that's private. But being the fact that he did it on camera, I'm pretty sure he has done that off of camera prior to that.
We could probably find some mistresses here in Vegas.
Yeah, and he's in Vegas, and Pauly D is out here. I'm pretty sure they don't see each other a lot, according to Pauly D, but I'm pretty sure when he has time, Pauly D is like, yeah, just come out. That nigga's on the VIP list, ain't paying for shit.
Right.
At a $5,000, $6,000 table. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure he was doing this prior in... I don't know. It's just like you have...
Right.
But then he's the type of guy to be like, well, I'm bad. Like Jax. Yeah. Like, I'm bad at relationships. I'm always fucking up.
And then you go cry. But because you're a man crying, I'm supposed to feel something.
Yeah, tears mean nothing.
Yeah.
Actions mean everything. So I felt like bad. Like everybody... And then that's how you can tell who's really matured and grew since the show. I feel the only person who hasn't grown in any kind of way was Ronnie.
Yeah.
I mean, Nicole was annoying, but instead of saying...
Yeah, she's still grown up.
She's still like, my marriage.
Right.
Like, she's crying about her kids. She's crying because she lost her wedding ring. Like, things that actually have some substance of being something that you can care about. She's
not still sitting here trying to flirt with Vinny.
Right.
And
she's like
my marriage.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of annoying. It's like,
yeah,
no one's ruining your marriage.
No one's trying to.
No one's trying to. He's asking what he can and cannot do, and then you won't tell him, but then you say you're ruining my marriage because people bring it up, but you're the one that brought it up because you have a nasty ass attitude. Mm-hmm. So, which one is it?
Yeah.
But, yeah, that whole Ronnie situation, I haven't seen the video yet, but...
It looks as if they end up at least wrestling each other to the floor. If you go on Instagram, I believe it's that OMFG RealiTEA-V or whatever. Yeah, they have it. But it looked really bad, and it just really makes me very happy that Sam didn't go on the show. She's like, I'm living my best life with my new man. I follow her on Instagram. She's just traveling around the world. She looks amazing. She doesn't look like she's had any surgery done. So kudos to her. And I know they probably did offer her a big ass check.
Right.
Because the potential Ronnie Sam drama would have been like
supreme.
Yeah.
But just... I'm glad they are discussing her at least.
Yeah, because it's not like she didn't happen.
She's not like an Angela.
Yeah.
Like
Angelina.
Angelina. I forgot her bitch name.
Yeah.
But, oh, here it is.
Oh, look at that. Let's zoom in. Look. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, that's fucking great. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's zoom in on that. Look at that. Let's zoom in on that. Come on. Let's zoom in on that.
Clearly looks like he's on something.
Let's zoom in on that. Go ahead.
Get out of my face.
Let's zoom in on that. Come on.
Stop. Get off of me.
Let's zoom in on that. Let's zoom in on that.
Get back the
Why don't you
fuck
want to
up.
show that? Why don't you want to show that? Why don't you want to show that? Huh? Why don't you look? Why don't you want to show that? Huh? Why don't you want to show that? Show you fucking get. Put your hands on me again.
Seriously?
Seriously. Put your fucking hands on me again. I dare you. I fucking dare you. No, I'm gonna delete that phone.
Don't touch me, bro.
Get off of me. Stop. Seriously, Nash, you want the fucking live shit?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
It says Ronnie's girlfriend records him lashing out on her after finding out she still has sex videos of her and her ex. Yeah, that's behavior that's not normal.
Right. And your girlfriend literally just gave birth within the last 2 months.
And it looked like it was still moving boxes in the background. Like,
yeah.
It looks like a pretty nice house. But yeah, he's out of everyone from Jersey Shore, he's the only person I feel has done no growth whatsoever. No. And I feel like the person who did the most growth was the situation, but for various reasons.
Right.
And he's taking it seriously. He's gotten sober. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I tried to watch the very last episode of Jersey Shore, but the app was fucking up and tripping. Yeah. But I just watched like 5 episodes yesterday just to catch up, and I just felt like he kept bringing up Sam and the fact that you're bringing a doll and got your chest spray pen who wrote the note. It's like this reunion is not about reliving the first season or 2.
Like, it's been so many years later. It's one thing if this was like 2 years later after the final, you know, but this has been like 8 years.
Yeah. Because I think the last season was like 2011, something like that. So yeah, we're going on 7-8 years past. So yes, those moments are funny.
Right.
But he's the only person that's still reliving.
Yeah. And then you and Sam didn't just break up. You guys have been broken up for at least 2 years. Because you were on that reality show with Malika last year.
Oh, that's right.
And then you guys I remember, because people had asked her, like, how do you feel about him and Malika? And she was like, well, I don't have an opinion really about, like, him and her. But they had broke up, like, right before, I guess, that whole thing happened. So they've been broken up for at least a good 2 years. And whoever she's with, she immediately moved on. So, why are you still...
I wonder why him and Malika broke up. Because it was random as fuck to begin with.
Yeah.
But then I found out it was for the show. So it's just like Pauly D and Aubrey was kind of random, but they also met on the show. But they were together for like
some years.
2 or 3 years. They were together for a while. Mm-hmm. But I feel like...
I don't know if it's true or not, because you know the internet, but I feel like Malika said something about, like, he's controlling and his attitude.
I believe it. Because we've been seeing it since 2009.
Right.
The throwing of shit, throwing out clothes, destroying property.
That's what that reminded me of.
Yeah.
Like, that instant. Like, this reminds me of when you got mad and destroyed all of Sam's shit.
At almost everything. And I feel like that's, like you were saying earlier, that's his quote-unquote security with Sam, because he was doing anything and everything he could, whether it was good or bad, and she always wound up going back.
I'm like, that's what you mean by security. You don't mean, like, real life, like, love. You mean someone...
See, people, and I say this over and over again, people have their own definitions of different stuff. He thinks being secure in a relationship is working through things no matter what, and then you stand in your relationship no matter what. No, bitch, that's not how any of this works.
Yeah, right. And then you got to remember, like, when you met Sam, I think she was like 21 or 22.
Oh, yeah, they were all really young.
22-year-old Sam is going to have a total, we would hope, a total different mindset and outlook on relationships than,
mind you, this is
27, 28-year-old Sammy. Like,
but even now, we're looking at almost 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years since the very start of the show.
Yeah.
And yet, he is still talking about shit like, who wrote the note? And she's over here like, no, I'm not coming on that show.
Yeah, no. I think she did the other show that he wasn't on. I forgot. I think it was like on E! They had like 4 or 5 episodes where they like went
they had
together.
like a Jersey special or something like that.
Yeah, she was on that one, but I guess she was really like, no, I'm not. And looking at it, that was probably the best thing she did.
I'm really happy she didn't do it. And then the other ones wanted her to do it, but
yeah, it's like, no. But, like, it's not worth it.
But I'm glad, people like Dina, they're like defending her.
Yeah.
And wanting to, I mean, Vinny and Pauly, they're just like,
Right, because Pauly bought the doll. Like, well, I mean, I could see him doing it. Like, look, it's only, but it comes a point, like what Nicole did. All right, this bitch is fucking scary. Let's put her in a corner and leave it be. You
just
still,
put this bitch in the pool.
Right, you still be trying to find ways to, like, let it go. I think they kind of was like, okay, it was funny the first day to make jokes that she's not here. Okay, now we've been here a couple weeks. Let it go. You can't even talk on the phone to your girlfriend without hanging up and being like, some, she don't sound nothing like Sam. Like, wait, what? Like, what does that
Why are you still hooked on Sam? And she's in this relationship, for...
just glowing.
Yeah, like, about the person that she got after him.
Yeah.
So, let her be happy. You're supposed to be happy. You have a girlfriend that's pregnant, but obviously you don't give a fuck.
Right. Talking about some work, it's been a year and blah, blah. Like, well, yes. No one's ever truly ready for parenthood. And yes, okay, you've only known her for a year. But at the same time, like, just fucking men. Just him. Him in general. Just, he makes me itch.
He makes me itch. But yeah, I think since he's known for, like, being violent and disruptive and like trashing people's shit. And fast forward to now, and the mother of his child, he's like, you're being recorded.
Yeah.
Still. Like, cameras have been a part of your life for over 10 years, on
Yeah.
and off. And you still can't even edit yourself
No.
when you see a camera around. So if that's what you are on camera,
Yeah.
I'm
camera.
scared of how you are off camera.
Yeah.
And there is no evidence of you being a dick.
That is very true. Yeah. I'd say to old girl, I mean, she seems like a very, pretty girl, whatever. Take your baby and head for the hills.
Get some child support.
What's that song by K. Michelle? I forget. I think it's called Can't Raise a Man. No,
Yeah.
Can't Raise a Man. Or something like that. And in one of the verses, she's like,
He's
you
already
better
gone.
head for the hills.
Yeah.
Like, head
Yes.
for the hills, girl.
Yeah, she needs to just...
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I remember Pauly D was... I always loved...
Who didn't?
I mean, even now, it's
Yeah.
like he still has that same bubbly
Well,
personality. And when Nicole
Life
got
is
upset, he was just like, I'm about to go, check on her, bring her
Yeah.
some wine, just try to talk to her and see if I can
Right.
try to
It
fix
get too
things.
heavy.
and
I don't know what to do with that. It's too heavy
It's like,
for
why
me.
are relationships aren't working for him?
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
feel like, but with the whole Aubrey and Pauly D thing,
That
I
was
felt like
clearly-
Aubrey is way too Hollywood for him. Like,
Yeah.
he's still a little Guido from
Yeah.
Jersey. Like, he's not, he needs a more on the earth type of person.
Yeah.
And he even mentioned, like, yeah, I think me and my daughter's mom we're not together, but that's my daughter. Like,
Yeah, of course.
I'm
yeah.
always gonna be there for her. And like Ronnie goes as far as to have a scuffle with the
Yeah.
woman that just gave birth to your child.
Yeah. And it's like, even if you kind of decide that you don't want to be in a relationship with her, at least give her the dignity of be like, you know what, I'm still going to maintain myself. And I don't know. I can't even say wait till you get home, because then it's like, I can't even condone you unless this person that's pregnant has done some really foul shit to you. I can't even condone saying, wait and break up with her when you get home, because it's like, you're still breaking up with your pregnant girlfriend. You're still abandoning her when she's pregnant. So even that, I'm like, I can't even, whatever. Asshole.
Yeah, it's just, I know, it's sad that Ronnie is the only person who hasn't matured. But hopefully this whole situation
Shows him.
Well, you know what I was going to say, but even a kid can't make you change.
No.
So
No.
he has to be able to look at himself and like,
I
maybe
really-
it's going to have to be a situation where the cops get called and he gets a domestic violence charge.
Right.
I mean, I think that's the only way he's going to learn.
Yeah.
If these women continue to keep staying around with this bullshit, that's probably why it didn't work with the black woman so fast.
Yeah, probably. Malika's like, you're not even a relevant reality star that can really put me up there. I'm not dealing with this.
Right. Did we Google how much Pauly D was worth?
He's some millions.
I'm going to Google it.
Because I know all of them are pretty well off. But I feel like it's him and then Nicole and then JWoww on the totem pole. I would feel like Mike was somewhere in there, but I don't know where he falls now with his legal situations. I feel like it was something like 10 million.
I'm looking at 11 million right now. And
Yeah.
that's from Forbes.com, so it's pretty legitimate.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Fuck. He was the most...
To go from having nothing. I'm not going to say nothing, but just like...
When
I guess I'll do the show.
he utilized his 15 minutes of fame for what
Really
the
good.
fuck he was supposed to do. And in something that's sustainable. Like...
They're always going to need DJs in Vegas. Or anywhere. Because he plays everywhere. So.
Yeah, but now you're like, once you get to the point where you have a residency,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. You know, you have the same people, DJs who
Yeah.
have like a consistent residency, but he does tours.
Yeah.
So, shit. Jersey Shore was the best thing that could have ever happened to him.
All of them. Yeah.
I love how his hair is the same.
Yeah. Still.
Vinny lost weight. Jenny and Nicole got a whole bunch of plastic surgery.
That they should go and get a refund on. Or undo. They look horrible. And I never thought I'd see the day where I would say... Like, I saw a picture of, like, them and Sam, and I was like, you guys look like shit compared to Sam. And I never
Sam,
thought I'd
and
say
then
that.
I'm pretty sure people think Sam looks old.
She looks, to me, she looks a whole lot better now.
No, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
she looks good, but compared to the other ones who get Botox and all that kind of stuff, somebody will probably say, well, she looks, old or whatever. And it's like, no, that's how.
Yeah. But she looks younger. She looks more youthful. Like, okay, Sammy, I went and found her Instagram like a month ago, and I'm like, oh. Like, you look like you are being loved on, but you still,
I'm looking for pictures just to refresh my memory.
Yeah. Like, then and now, like, she looks like, to me, she looks like 4 times better now. And then I guess, they're out of that environment.
She looks great.
Yeah, yeah. Like, on her Instagram.
Look at this Elvira shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely...
I mean, she looks fine.
Yeah, she hasn't had any... Well, if she has had something, it's been very, very subtle. Yeah.
She looks
I would say
the
she
same.
looks better.
She looks better now than what
Yeah.
she did. She probably does less tanning
And a whole lot less drinking.
And when you do less tanning, it's better on your skin.
Yeah.
At least the tanning bed.
Yeah, she looks really... I give her 2 thumbs up. Physically, for, like, most improved, I would give it to her.
No, she looks really good. Oh, Lord, look at this mess.
Yeah.
Snooki then and...
But yeah, like, here's her Instagram. I was like, I spent, like, a good hour on her Instagram when I first found it. I was like, you look amazing. I don't know, you have the fuckboy free glow or for Italians or what, but...
Wait, Ronnie tried to say that the guy looks like him.
No.
He doesn't look like him.
At all.
Oh, is she cute in this picture? She looking in her little bathing suit like, yes, I'm Ron free.
I've upgraded my lifestyle, and that's probably why she put that one.
She literally upgraded her lifestyle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah.
She looks he looks nothing like Ronnie.
Nothing.
At
That's what
all.
they like to say. You got my replacement. No. Yeah.
All right, Miss Thing, go ahead then.
I give her 2 snaps.
Well, yeah, Jersey Shore. It has been entertaining. I love when Vinny and Paulie are together.
Oh yeah.
They're like the funniest things.
Yeah. Men are so gay.
Or what?
Men are so gay.
Oh, I thought that's what you said.
Yeah, they
I
are.
was like, wait.
I just, like, when it's like a bromance, like, I love you, I'll do anything for you. Then turn around, I don't think I'm ready for no commitment with a woman. Like,
Right?
you know what? Might as
You
well
have
just
potential,
be with
but
your
you
friend.
just don't want it, right?
Right, just be with your friend.
Oh, yeah. T-shirt
Yeah.
time. GTL. Dina was like, I'm not going to no fucking gym. Who goes to
I'm
the gym on vacation?
That would have been me at that time.
Right? She's like, let me get... And then
Right.
they had the most serious upgrade in the house of all time.
Yeah.
I feel like MTV was like, Pauly D's over here making $11 million.
Yeah, we got to give them some.
We can't give him somebody else's rented
No.
beach house.
No, those days are over.
And I do love how she stole the duck phone.
Yeah. You got to take something back with you.
Yeah. But listen, don't always resort. Like, I'm not against plastic surgery. Honestly, if I had to pick what kind of surgeries I'm against of, I'm really against anything involving your face.
I'm not touching shit on my face.
I'm not touching not one damn thing.
And Lord knows sometimes I be looking like, maybe I can get a chin implant like Stassi to bring more definition to my face. But I'm like, all I need is for that shit to come out having me looking like Natalie Nunn, and it's over with.
See,
and then I got to get the money for the reverse surgery to take the shit out.
See, I can't do all of that.
Yeah.
Granted, there's some people who had nose jobs and they look
right
okay, but
my face ain't there.
It's like your face.
We don't have anything on our face. It's like, you know, if I could just tweak this, we don't have anything.
No. I mean, the double chin, that's just from fat. From me eating, so I'm not taking.
That's not a face.
I'm not gonna pull a Kanye and lipo it out because if people think I shouldn't have a double chin. God damn it, I like food.
Yeah,
and that is evident of that. But yeah, your face, I can't stand it when I see pictures of like Masika or certain people, and it's like, who the fuck is it in this picture?
Right. What made you get up off, well, granted, when you get up off the operating table, that's swelling and everything. Mm-hmm. But what made you look at your face 3 weeks later and say, this is cool.
It. Yeah.
I'm dragging my ass back.
Did you see that video that circulated around Wendy Williams back in like 89 or 9? And everybody was like, every single fucking comment was like, she looks so pretty and she's so natural and she looks big, good thicker.
Yeah.
But she went ahead and felt like she needed to be this skinny, pea-shaped looking thing now, and that's people call her a man because she fucked with her face too much.
Yeah.
Vivica A. Fox fucked with her face too much.
Oh, she used to be so beautiful.
It's like you can't. Oh, Little Kim.
No, we're not even. No, we're not.
It's just like you. If you want to do some tweaking here and there, like Tyra Banks, she said she had a nose job.
Barely noticed, but
didn't even know until now, and I've known about her for over 20 years. Certain things like that. I know New York looks the same. I know she had some like buccal fat pads removed from her cheek, and I think she had her nose done.
Yeah,
but I think her nose is done good to the point where it doesn't change the structure of her face.
Right. No.
It's just...
I would just tread very lightly with that.
Yeah, anything involving your face, I'm not touching my face.
If makeup tricks can't do it, then I don't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
No. But the funny thing is that what if these people do all this surgery and still wear a whole bunch of makeup anyway?
They do. So it's like
so
double
what is the
money.
point?
I don't know. But speaking of New York,
oh god,
I just have to tell you, I've been holding on to this joke for like a week.
Oh shit!
So they posted a clip of the Vanderpump finale before the finale aired, and Lisa was giving her speech, and then so I went and looked in the comments, and then somebody was like, "Sorry," somebody was like, "Wait a minute, is that that guy from I Love New York on this show?" And then somebody responded and was like, "Fucker, that is not Frank the Entertainer. That's Jax." Do you remember Frank the Entertainer?
Serious?
Do you remember Frank the Entertainer?
Let me give a quick reminder.
No, because as soon as they said Frank the Entertainer, his face came right up.
Why did I pick iTunes? I don't need that. I need Google.
Funniest. If you remember Frank the Entertainer, like I did, so as soon as I read that, I busted out in the
Oh yes! Oh my god!
And the fact that they didn't even say who it was, they were just like, "Is that guy from I Love New York?" And somebody was like, "You fucker, that is not Frank the Entertainer."
And I'm mad that person knew exactly what the name
because
was.
And I forgot all about Frank the Entertainer until I said Jax. Yes.
Why is he here with Pumpkin?
Oh God.
I Love Money. That's when fucking reality TV shows was good.
Mm-hmm. That had me laughing for a good 15 minutes.
I remember.
And I was like, I'm gonna share this.
He has
with
toes
the world.
in his mouth. Look.
I remember. Yeah, Jax. That is Jax in 10 years.
You know what?
5,
it
actually.
Is.
So I was, yeah. Something like that is, yeah.
Wow.
That was a good hoot.
Hoot.
Jax is Frank.
And the crazy thing is, they're probably the same age.
Yeah, maybe
a couple years younger
no
than
more
Frank.
Than 5.
Yeah, because he's already 38. He turned 38 on the show.
Oh my god.
So let's see if there's any other relevant news for the shows that we're talking about, because this is pretty good. Oh, Kim D is going to be on the episode of Botched. The season premiere for the next season.
Okay.
Apparently Danielle's being a bridezilla for her wedding because it's going to be filmed on the next season of Real Housewives of New Jersey.
Of course.
Janelle Evans apparently pulled out a gun on somebody with her son in the car during a road rage incident. This was posted 13 hours ago on Fox News.
Poor Chase. I could see him like, just take me back to my grandma.
I saw a clip because the new season of Teen Mom 2 starts on the 7th.
Yeah.
Because Teen Mom OG just ended last week with the reunion.
Yeah.
And apparently she still has this whole storyline of Barbara, she does things to me to piss me off. She won't give me Jace back. And, I want my son. I want him to live with us.
You are not getting that baby.
Every time, she doesn't understand that the placement of Jace and for his well-being is more important than just going back to her.
And then you need to understand, kids are not puppies.
No.
You can't just keep them for 2 months and be like, I'm ready to get rid of them. Okay, you can have them. And then they just adopt. If you really wanted your kid back, then you would have got your shit together and had him back maybe
after
if you even had to give him up within that time. I'm coming back for my kid in 6 months. Give me 6 months. Let me go get clean. Get me a job. Figure my shit out. You don't wait till your kid is old enough, because kids get comfortable.
Very.
I don't know, how old is Jace now?
Jace? I think those set of kids from Teen Mom 2, I think they're around 7 or 8.
I'm like, if my grandmother at 7 would have been like, okay, you're about to go live with your mom, I would have kicked and screamed and never forgave her.
Well, she thought she was going to get full custody back. And when she went to court, Barbara wound up getting full custody and she got visitation. She got pissed and still blames Barbara.
Right.
It's Barbara doesn't have yes, she's the grandmother. And you want to be, well, I'm the mom. It's like well, you're the mom who gave him up in the first place.
Kids they get content quickly.
Very quickly.
So you leave him with his grandma for 3-4 years, and then his grandma is treating him right and giving him everything that he needs and stuff as a kid to flourish. No, he's not gonna be I want to go live with my mom. Especially when he's not stupid, so he sees how unstable your life is to some degree. So no, his grandma is probably he knows your mom, but he probably in his mind thinks you are my mom. And then you're like, well, Jay says that he wants to, live with me. I can personally say as a kid, I would say certain shit to my mom just because I was this is what I think she want to hear. Or I would say shit to my grandma because I'm well, this is what I think you want to hear. You can't ask a 7-year-old, do you want to live with me or your dad? Because probably in that moment, they're probably going to say they want to live with you. Mm-hmm. Probably just because they're I don't want to make mommy or daddy
hurt
mad.
Your feelings.
So I'm just going to say whatever to where I don't get in trouble. Or
and by that age, they can decipher what might get you mad or not. Yeah. So obviously he can make a choice of saying something that you
because even when she asks him on the show, I don't watch it all the time, but even when she's asking him,
it's cringeworthy.
And he's kind of just yeah, you can tell it's kind of I'm just saying this because yes, I love you, but I don't want to live with you, but I think it's what you want to hear, so I'm just going to say it. It would be different if he would tell her all the time. Yeah, I want
on his own. I want to live with my mom. I want to live with my mom. That's different than you asking him, do you want to come live with me? And he's like, yeah. Jay said he wants to live with me. It's
That's what he said.
Well, you asked him,
You probably ask him, does he want 10 ponies and a cupcake every night? He's going to say, yeah.
And she kind of does the whole weekend parent thing where, well, when you come with me, we're going to go to the Bahamas, or we're going to go here, or we're going to do this. And we have a trampoline at our house. And it's like, well, you can kind of do those things because of the show. I don't know how many times I've heard her talking about she wants to go back to school and get this and that. Yeah. And she's never really done it because she just keep on having fucking babies with all these men. And then you keep going through these situations where she had this situation with
Kiefer.
I
just like to say Kiefer.
You. Hi.
I'm going to just start saying from now on, just at random times, Kiefer. Just...
You know what? I don't agree with Barbara, getting caught in the whole Janelle tornado. Yeah. Because I saw a clip and Janelle was like, this isn't reality, bitch. And I was like, okay. I'm thinking, you want her to respect you as a mother. Right. But you don't respect her as a mother.
Yeah, bitch. That's what she said. And
it's like, how do you think you're going to get your son back if you going to call her a bitch? No. And just spew out really nasty shit.
It sounds very horrible to say, but I think she just needs to just say goodbye to Jace. I mean, still be a weekend parent, but just...
But honestly, at this point, he's shit. Almost halfway to being 18.
Yeah, just...
Like, at this point...
Make a vow to do better with
She's been working at Walmart for 15 years or so.
Who?
Barbara.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because you had to look on your face like... And then she's been doing fine. Taking him to school, doing homework, getting daycare and all that. Right. So, it's... fine. Jace is fine. That's the thing about dealing with
you just need to vow to
custody
take
stuff.
Better care of the kids that you do have custody of.
Right. That's what happens when you're dealing with custody stuff. It's not they say it's in the best child's interest. And in this case, usually in all cases, wherever they're used to being at and what is ever their foundation, the court doesn't like to shake that. So if you left your child with your mother, legally signed papers for her to be the guardian, that alone tells a court that you knew from jump that you were not willing and able to be the parent that you needed to be. Right. Then you get this situation with Kiefer. You're getting arrested.
A concert over
jail. Like, you over here threatening, willing to sacrifice your freedom for fucking Kesha, and then you didn't even like the damn concert.
For that concert.
All for that concert. I've been waiting my whole life for this concert. I got an outfit and everything.
It wasn't even Beachella. Now, Beachella, I can understand. Like, you go back, like, all right, I'm ready to do my time.
Right. Right. At least that was legendary.
Right. I was front row, everything. But no, she just...
And, it's just...
I didn't even like that concert.
Yeah, it's one thing if Barbara kept him for, like, a weekend, and she was like, you're a horrible mother, I'm keeping him. It's like, no, you were going through issues for years. And every time she takes a step forward, it's always 3 steps back. Yeah. Because when she was and every time she's with a man, she always gets them to hate on Barbara with her. Mm-hmm. So how is it all of a sudden Nathan used to be, good job, you got your daughter on heroin. Good job, Barbara. That's what Nathan said. Yeah. Clapping her face, and she's like, you're so, and she liked Nathan at the beginning. But over time, she's like, if you want to be with me, you have to hate my mom just as much as I hate her, and she's keeping my son away from me. Mm-hmm. But then again, then your fiance gets arrested for you calling the cops on him because he put his hands on you, allegedly. Mm-hmm. And you want Jace back in your house? Mm-hmm. And then you have a court case with his girlfriend because you threw something at her, glass at her. Yeah.
Jace is like, let me just stay at my grandma's house.
It's still, no matter how she feels like she's stable, she herself can be clean and sober, but everything else in her life is a fucking tornado. And I would tell you, this David person she married, I want to say is the worst out of all of them.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
He is something evil.
I believe it.
Like, threatening the cast members, the production, and you better get off my property. I have guns. Like, you see this bitch and pull somebody, a gun on somebody during the road race, and your son's in the car. Yeah,
you ain't never getting him back.
No.
You're lucky if they don't strip your visitation and move you to supervise.
And then she really gonna be mad. And then it's like, stop taking out whatever the court says on fucking Barbara. Because what you wanted her to do is say, fuck all this court shit, I'm going to give you Jace back. Yeah. But if she didn't really care about Jace's well-being, she would have given Jace back already and said, don't call me for shit. But she's thinking about her grandchild that she's been taking care of since birth. Yeah. I don't remember if you watched 16 and Pregnant, when it was still on, she would go out every single fucking weekend,
and that's
almost
how it
every
came
night.
To where Barbara just being like, just give me custody of him.
Yeah. So it's still like, even now, you're not having the best of luck with your other kids.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty. Poor kids. They might be like, God dang it. Jace went with grandma. Can we go?
Yeah, no.
No. This is a one kid deal only. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, but at least he can have his own with Barbara. Like, he can have undivided attention with Barbara. I know Barbara was with one guy for like years. I know they eventually broke up. But Barbara's life is much more stable and consistent than Janelle. Oh, yeah. Janelle's moving from man to man to man to man to man.
And then it's all on TV.
Right.
So it's like, no matter what you say, I'm pretty sure all the judge probably do is be like, you know what? Fine. Let me watch the last few episodes this season before I make my decision.
That's how Amber got caught up. If Barbara really wanted to, all she would say is like, here's footage of the show. Watch that and come back to me and see why I'm not being so
and it's probably in the file. Like, do not ever give Janelle custody, but probably every year they probably go back just to see if it'll change.
And saying her issue was kind of like what Ryan's issue from Team Mom OG. You can't be a drug addict or former drug addict and expect that just because you're clean for 2.2 seconds, you get to do whatever the fuck you want to because you're a biological parent.
Nope, not at all.
It doesn't work that way.
Yep. Well, best of luck to her. Is anybody else on Teen Mom we're covering, or we're moving on?
Oh, and it was Jace that was in the car with her.
Damn.
It wasn't even the other... What's that little boy's name with Nathan?
Oh, I forget.
Kaiser.
Yeah.
He is kind of cute. Kaiser.
Told everything.
Yeah, she allegedly pulled out a gun during a road rage incident while her son Jace was in the car. So, if the show is about to come on next week, they're probably still filming right now.
Yeah.
So that means they probably have this incident on film. And if they are filming and she's pulling out a gun on camera, that's not helping her at all in this situation.
Oh, yeah. Visitation rights revoked.
Yeah, and then there was a clip of her talking to... what the fuck is David, her husband? Yeah. Like, I guess it was a therapy session. The therapist told her, like, her and Barbara need to set boundaries, and she needs to stop asking Jace where he wants to live. And this is the same shit Barbara has mentioned all the time. Sometimes when you hear from a particular person, you don't want to hear it. Everything's always wrong. But then when you hear from somebody else, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Except for a judge. My son, she said, I had my son in the car because my son was at therapy. He was tailgating me the whole time in traffic, would not stop, and then he races in front of me and purposely slammed on the brakes at 70-something miles per hour. I almost got veered off the side of the road, and now this guy is trying his hardest for me, not to be behind him anymore. For me not to be behind him anymore. He is literally going crazy, swerving in and out of lanes. He made me slam my brakes so hard that my phone went flying. My son, his head almost got whiplash and almost hit the dashboard. Why is Jason in the front seat?
Damn, that's a good question.
Okay. But the male driver, who Evan claims was following her, said differently. She was blocking traffic, and when he tried to pass, she flipped out. She followed him to his house and pulled a gun in his yard. And you know the crazy sad part? I believe that she would do some shit like that.
Damn.
You can't call your mom a fucking bitch and not go into road rage like this.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
Wait. Child Protective Services were involved for Inslee, her last baby?
I don't doubt it.
I tested positive for TAC and Inslee did not test positive. I did. So CPS were like, I was in the hospital. They said, do you smoke when you're pregnant? I said, I did within the last 30 days. I said I said I have really bad esophageal spasms and I throw up every 5 minutes. I can't even eat. Yeah, okay, some moms do that. So we're not here to judge. We're writing your information down.
Wow. Okay.
So did she smoke though?
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, wow. That's okay. All right. Well, we're just going to see whatever happens on the next season because this shit is getting out of hand with Janelle. Because I feel like they were trying to kick David off because he's been really like combative.
Yeah.
And negative. I mean, obviously not as long as Farrah from Teen Mom OG, which... Yeah. I saw their reunion and she had her last hurrah of the reunion and she really turned her doing adult stuff as discrimination. What the fuck kind of word was that? Discrimination against the LGBTQ community. Is she part of the LGBT community?
No.
So why does she keep mentioning it? I don't understand what her taking it in the ass has anything to do with the LGBTQ community. Or getting her toes licked.
Maybe.
You know this bitch is only 26 and she already looks like she's 35.
Hey, that's fast life. Yeah. Her. I'm not gonna say she can die, but if never hear her or see her face again, I'd be happy.
She was saying all kind of stuff on her Instagram. You know, that she should be able to do what she turned it into into be having a war against women's rights and sexual freedom.
Of course.
Which is what most people like her do.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wait, what?
That has nothing to do with it, but okay.
And they're not even saying you can't do it.
Yeah.
They said you can do that on your own, but we can't tell your story anymore. And then they're still giving you the option when you treat everybody like dog ass dirt. So they gave you the option of whether you wanted to stay on the show or not. You felt like you didn't want to have to choose, so you got rid of them. Mm-hmm. But then you want to sue them for leaving them.
Yeah.
When they gave you a choice.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's in her contract, so good luck with that.
I mean, I think she was contractually obligated to do the reunion at some point in time because otherwise she probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But because they stopped filming her back in what is this, April? October, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
But Anyway, the only other situation that I was really annoyed was the whole situation with Ryan, Mackenzie, and not Mackenzie. That's the one I don't like. Macy and her husband were out talking to Dr. Drew, and when it came time for Ryan to talk with Macy, he didn't want to go on stage. And said, well, we don't really get along. The same bullshit that we've been hearing for a couple of seasons. But now that he got this little bitch-ass wife named Mackenzie, and normally I don't really do that, but I really feel like she's the worst kind of enabler to a drug addict there possibly can be. She said, well, one of his triggers is Macy. And it's like, what?
Right. What does that mean?
What is she doing that's causing you to get so emotional that you want to use drugs?
Not put up with your shit.
Hold you accountable?
Yeah.
Make sure that you have some type of maturity. That makes you want to use because she wants you to be mature.
Yep.
And the fact that Mackenzie is like taking that, and it's just another example of standing by your man when you're not even really...
Shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Shouldn't want to.
I mean, standing by your man...
You shouldn't be a man at that point. Like,
Right.
I'm a little better than this.
But standing by your man doesn't mean that you always agree with him.
No.
Sometimes you have to be like, look, right is right and wrong is wrong. And she was getting along with Macy in the beginning because they had a good conversation. But then she fucked up when she was like being a little snitch bitch and told Jen and Larry what she was talking about. And that's how that started. But now because he wants to say that Macy is a trigger.
Right.
How can... I don't even feel like he can use it as an excuse because this woman is a part of your son's life for forever, right?
So you gonna be a crackhead forever?
That makes no sense.
Yeah. Wow.
And so Dr. Drew asked him if he ever took the drug test for Macy. He said no because Macy wanted a urine and a hair sample. And because he was still newly off of drugs, hair samples is positive for 6 months.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, I'm not trying to give her a positive test. I've done urine samples all the time for court purposes, I guess. But the reason why he didn't do it was because she wanted a hair sample and he wasn't going to do that. But then when Macy was on stage, Dr. Drew was like, well, would you take a drug test from like an actual physician or something? She was like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. So
it was like every time he would say, well, Macy wanted this, she would be like, well, you could have gave me alternative things. I would have been fine with it. But he's so like, I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to give in to her that he never really has a conversation with her.
Yeah.
You can't come out of drug rehab after 21 days because you did all your extra learn sources and expect that you're going to have full custody of your child. None of it works that way.
Those are challenging learn sources.
I'm just thinking about the last time we talked about it. A, don't do drugs. B, do drugs all the time. Which one is true? Which one's false?
Man.
And so you only been clean for 21 days. Like you can't all of a sudden be like, I want to see my kid whenever I want to see my kid. I'm clean now. Give me what I want. Yeah. It never, ever, ever will work that way. And then the lawyer even said, I don't even see a judge giving any type of significant parenting time for someone who's a drug addict.
Yeah.
Or even just came out of rehab. But if Macy says the same thing, you want to call her all types of bitches and a trigger.
Right.
For your drug use. And then Dr. Drew pointed out to Mackenzie how if he's coming off of drugs, why would he allowed to drink a whole bunch of shit at the wedding? Because he was drunk. Yeah. He was really, really drunk.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I mean, it was just alcohol. He wasn't like going to rehab. It was like, no, you have to stay away from anything everything. That's going to...
That's the biggest thing that even Mike said. He was like, no, he was like, when I went to last season Jersey Shore, I completely stopped doing pills and everything. He was like, but I would still drink from time to time. I would still marijuana from time to time. He was like, no. And he was like, I learned Have to let go of
everything.
Dumbass.
Anything that's going to alter your ability to be a free thinker and not have to depend on something to get through life. You need to be able to get through life with a clear mind.
Right.
In all ways, shapes, or form. So, smoking weed, and you, like, it doesn't matter. Any of these things can have addictive behavior, and it alters your way of life or making decisions.
Right.
So for them justifying that it was okay for him to drink alcohol because that wasn't what he was addicted to is like one of the dumbest things that I've ever heard. And the fact that they're telling this to Dr. Drew, like they know more than him.
Yeah.
You know, this bitch tried to get attitude with Dr. Drew.
Of course. Because
he suggested that he be on like methadone or Suboxone. And she was like, you just said that he shouldn't be on medication and misuse of drugs, but yet you suggest Suboxone or methadone. He said, if it's used like it's supposed to, that's what it's used for.
Right.
And she's like, and then she just looked stupid.
Yeah.
So he refused to go out on stage with Macy. Mm-hmm. And that's when it was just like Mackenzie, him, Jen, and Larry.
Yeah.
Of course, Jen is the only person that's like, I understand where Macy's coming from. She's a mom. I'm a mom. I understand where she's coming from. I don't see any problem with her really requesting some of this stuff. And I'm glad at least Macy has a good relationship with Jen and Larry because they're the only reason why Ryan even sees his child. Let's be real. He's had his license revoked. He was just arrested last year for having like heroin and syringes in the car. Oh my God. You just got out of rehab.
Yeah.
Your wife lies, so I'm pretty sure you popped a pill here and there, and she ain't said nothing because she's being a little, little wife bitch. I don't know. So.
Yeah.
But yet she wanted to marry somebody who. She was already married to the drug addict before he went to rehab. So.
That's true.
She went into it just like, well, I'm going to be here no matter what.
Okay.
Okay, well, do you?
Right, suit yourself.
Like Trina said, I'm going to mind my business. That is her business. And, yeah, so new season of Teen Mom 2 will start on the 7th. I personally, and I don't know why so many people hate her, but I actually really like Kaylee. Mm-hmm. Kale, I don't know why people hate her so much. She ain't the only person that got 3 kids by 3 baby daddies. Cough, cough, Janelle.
Yeah, well, Janelle.
But for some reason, I feel like they talk more shit about Kale with her 3 kids by 3 men than they talk shit about Janelle and her 3 kids by 3 men. And mind you, Janelle was pregnant and had an abortion with her first husband.
Yeah.
What's his name? Cortland?
Jesus, ain't that vagina?
But they just never filmed it because by the time they started filming again, she already got like an annulment or a divorce or something. Yeah, I remember that. So I would like to know what is the difference between Kale and Janelle?
Yeah.
As far as I know, Kale was never a drug addict.
No.
As far as I know, she's always been very hands-on with her kids. As far as I know, she might have problems with the father of her children, but she still winds up being able to coexist in one place with them.
Yeah.
Or they see their dad or Joe getting along with Javi, so where Isaac can take, he can take Isaac with, what's that boy's name? Lincoln, and go on a vacation together. So I feel like she's always trying her best with co-parenting.
Yeah.
I just feel like she just needs to not involve her friends so much in her life with her relationships. But I don't know why people hate on her so much.
Yeah. And just close your legs to men for a while.
That part, or just...
I'm tired for your vag.
I mean, it's not even that. It's just like you should know after kid 2 that you should know how to use protection.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to be like, okay, let's say you want to have sex all the fuck you want. You need to be able to be like, be an adult that you are now.
Yeah.
And use protection.
At least.
I mean, just because she has 3 kids doesn't really mean that she's having more sex than the person who only has 1 kid or 0 kids.
Yeah.
They just might be better at protecting themselves than she is. So, yeah, she just needs to stop getting pregnant.
Yeah.
Just
causing more stress in your life.
Yeah, she hasn't been for herself for 8-9 years.
Yeah.
It's like she can't, every time a kid gets to the point where they can really brush their own teeth, get their own clothes out, put their own shoes, she got another one.
Yeah.
My son is about to be 7 next month, and I don't picture myself starting over anytime
and it's
soon.
multiple men, so it's multiple relationships or co-parenting that you have to keep.
Yeah, all that is like, I feel like she
3 different schedules, and
she definitely, I feel like I said this before, like one of our earlier episodes, I feel like she's that type of person that needs a stern, like, big sister, big brother.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't have any parents that's really involved with her. So she really is just going based off what she knows.
Yeah.
And some of her stuff she doesn't really learn from her experiences.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she takes care of her kids, but it's like, I know you can afford your kids. There's no problem with that. I know people want to talk shit about, well, you have all these kids. It's like, well, she kind of can take care of them without going on welfare for obvious reasons. The show and whatever. The dads, I don't know about Chris, the last one, but I know Isaac and Javi not Isaac, Joe and Javi are really involved with the kids. She was married to Javi, so, I mean, I don't know. But I feel like she just needs to have, like, some type of big brother, big sister, mentor type of thing to where she can really concentrate on herself. If I was her, I wouldn't have no more kids. But just be careful. Just wrap it up. Call Dr. Jill if you need to. Tell them to send you extra condoms.
Yeah.
Spermicide, whatever you need, IUD. Because she really shouldn't have got pregnant with the last one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's about all I know about her. So.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like her though, but I feel like when it comes to comparison, they don't talk about shit as much as Janelle than they do her. And Janelle's been through much worse.
Yeah.
But anyway, where are we at? 120? I feel like this could be the end of this episode. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. RealiTEA-V. That's a hyphen in between T and B. You can email us at realityv@gmail.com, no _ You can reach me personally on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Fumi Adagun, and Snapchat, EbonyA88.
Find me on Facebook, Roberta Smith, and Instagram, Leave It to Be.
Yay!
Yep, quick and simple.
And no announcements today.
Nope.
Nope. Ain't no motherfucking announcements. I hope you guys really enjoyed our episode last week because I had a nice little chuckle at our whole Megan in Buckingham Palace.
Right.
Part. That was like, I listened to that part like a good 2 or 3 times. It was quite hilarious. But yeah, rate us on these platforms. Yes. iTunes, Spreaker, YouTube, iHeartRadio. I feel like that's all of them. Yeah. Rate us, leave comments, email us if you have suggestions, what you love, what you hate. Just know that I don't care if you hate me. I really don't care. But if you hate the show, that's a whole different story. Just whatever. Just let us know what you're thinking, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.